I feel like we're a unit that's been on the rise. I feel like we've been, trying to get better as a unit. I feel like we're closer than we were last year. And I feel like we've had a few games that I feel like there was things that we could have done better in, myself personally as well. But I think that we're a team and a unit that will bounce back, and we use adversity to fuel us. And, I know that certain fans feel a certain type of way about us, but we're full speed ahead, locked in on our goals, and we're trying not to let anything distract us.
Certain things that hard to kind of tune out some of the noise
I feel like Coach Austin does a great job of kind of instilling the mindset of, the guys in this room, the guys in this facility, those are the opinions that matter. And I feel like everyone on the O-line as well does a good job of not letting the things that are out there get to them. And, it's not something that people get all upset about. We just kind of understand that we need to get better. And I feel like with or without what everyone else is saying, like, everyone in that room is self-aware enough to sit, look at the film, watch the game, and say, these are the things I need to get better at.
Cade in July, like Cade in July said that he wanted to, one of his goals was to calm down, play more, relaxed. How have you seen him accomplish that?
Yeah, I feel like he's really settled in, just as the season's gone on. He's, like he said, calmed down. I mean, he's just kind of been on the sideline. He's been a guy pumping us up on the sideline. He's always bringing great energy. I love that about Cade. And he's a guy that when we're out there, he's making sure that we're efficient. We're obviously playing with tempo, but we're not running around like chickens with our head cut off. Like, I feel like he's done a great job of really, settling down, and like, he's the guy, He really has stepped into that role, and I think he's doing a great job, and I can't wait to see what's in the future.
What do you think, what's your sort of broad takeaway on the run game and the offensive line's sort of execution so far in that?
I think there's been certain games where it's been a majority run, certain games where it's been more pass. I mean, it's just kind of what works that day against what defense we're playing. There's some games that we wish we could have ran for more, or maybe wish we could have passed for a little more, but all in all, when you walk away from a game, it's just, what do we need to get better at? And sometimes, Shipley makes a great play, and it wasn't had it up perfect, but, obviously he's a great athlete, or Maffa makes a great play, and, it looks like a great run, but maybe the offensive line didn't had it up right. Like, there's always those things where people can compensate for one another on a football team, but to be a great football team, you need everyone doing their job. So I think it's just, once again, when we sit down and watch the film, just everyone needs to have the self-awareness and say, we didn't do this well. Okay, going into this next week of practice, we really got to work on this and make sure that another team can't do what a previous team did and get the same result.
I think Tate said, and also Garrett Riley said that it's 10 guys doing the right thing, and often just one guy sort of screwing the play up. You see that as well?
Yeah, I feel like Coach Sweeney kind of showed us that, and Coach Riley kind of sat us down and showed us that. And, I mean, it's just, like you said, football's a team sport. There's some times where you can compensate for each other. You can have a great athlete make a great play, but in order to be the caliber of football team that we want to be, you got to have 11 guys doing exactly what they need to with maximum effort.
There's obviously a huge difference in the run game. First half, Wake Forest, second half, Wake Forest. I think Marcus said that you guys were just challenged at halftime and just executed better. I mean, is it purely just that you guys locked in, focused, executed better, or was there something different you were doing?
I feel like going out there, they just ran a few things and they worked a few times, and obviously that might rattle a team, and we need to work and have the mental security just to not let that rattle us and just keep doing what we're doing. Because, I mean, we see in practice, we've seen in games like that we can run the football on whoever, and we just need to not let it rattle us when we have one or two plays that don't go exactly how we have it planned. And I do feel like there was that challenge at halftime of like, hey, we need to get the run game going, and everyone kind of took that to heart, and everyone went out there and we just started pounding the ball. So
Marcus said they're like break guys from the boundary or something. Was it something like that?
yeah.
Any questions for Blake from Zoom? Anybody else in the room?
You said there's certain fans that feel a certain way about the offensive line. What bugs you the most about what you sort of hear from the outside?
I wouldn't say it bugs me. I mean, obviously our fans are very passionate, and there's a standard that's been set at Clemson, and when we fall short of that standard, I understand. Certain people might not be happy with that, but I feel like sometimes there can be particularly negative comments, and it's just you can't let them get to you. But still, all in all, I mean, I love our fans. Our fans are passionate. Our fans want to win. We want to win. So we all have the same goal. I don't think that there's any, bad stuff out there. It's just you can't let negativity get to you.
So you play next to Harris Sewell, you're a guy who played as a freshman as well. Where is he kind of in that learning curve? What have you seen from him in terms of how quickly he's picking things up and how similar or different do you feel like he is in terms of how he's progressing?
I said earlier in the season that I felt like Harris was a guy that came in here and kind of just had a knack for it and kind of picked things up quick. And, when I saw him in the game next to me, I didn't think twice about it. There was no negative thoughts. I just thought, what, Harris is out here. Let's go. Let's ball. Like, there was no negative thoughts when he came in the game. Like, he's a guy that I trust. I trust him to play right guard, left guard, center. I mean, wherever they put him on the field, I know he's a hard worker. He's a guy who is consistently in the meetings asking questions. He's asking the older guys questions. Like, he wants to know how to play, and he knows how to play. And he's a guy I'm confident in.
Talking about just his work ethic. Is there anything else that stands out about him as a blocker at this point?
Yeah, I think he plays very physical in the run, and then in the pass, he plays with good technique, good hands. And he was one of those guys when he came in, he didn't look like a freshman in terms of the stuff that he was doing, the technique he played with. And it was something that I thought was very impressive, and I think everyone else in the O-line room kind of took notice of it.
Did you ask any questions about Perkins High School?
No.
Anyone else for Blake? All right, appreciate you, Blake. Thank you, man.
Thank you, everyone.